Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to Train Simulator 2022. Today we're down at Liverpool Lime Street with 185131 with the Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from TransPennine Express. This livery was one of the promotional Christmas liveries that was brought in, and no, it's not a problem with the model that none of these, not all of the windows have the snow on. These were vinyl that was placed across the whole window. It wasn't just random snowflakes. So with these being emergency exits, like that one there and that one there, they're break glass, smash window emergency exits. They couldn't put a vinyl over it for obvious reasons. You wouldn't be able to break the glass. This scenario today, we're going to be running on a chilly December afternoon, head out of Liverpool Lime Street with a Newcastle train, which will take as far as Manchester Victoria. You are booked non-stop between the two cities, due Victoria at 14:48. Axia code for this journey is 9305. Be aware of a 40mph temporary speed restriction at Patricroft. So yeah, set in about 2015, we've got the Class 319 over there in the absolutely beautiful Northern Electrics livery. I'm really disappointed that they got rid of that, to be honest with you. It is a real shame. Problem with this Chat Moss route is that it's featuring the new version of Liverpool Station where we've got no platform down here, which obviously in 2015 this wasn't the case. So there's a little bit of poetic license needed there. Got a Scarborough service over here that's going to run via Warrington, and by the looks of things there's a London Midland service just coming in. Ooh, saucy. So yeah, there we go. That is our book traction for the journey. Let's get a nice little screenshot before we go. Pop some headlights on there. Oh, that's beautiful. And hopefully I've worked out how to actually get the recording to work in 4K. 4K? 2K even. I was looking at 4K monitors, but we'll keep that in neutral so we don't get the beeping of the DSD. Yeah, I was looking at 4K monitors, but the refresh rate is so much better on the 2K monitors, so we'll record it in 2K. But alas, that is, there we go, 9305. It is an improvement on what we've had before, and we all love a good improvement, don't we? So there we go, we've got Newcastle on the front, ready for our 1412 departure. We've got the old Sprinkles maquette inside, as seen on first buses beforehand. It's about 2008, isn't it? This maquette came in 2007. There we go, 350's arrived over there, and I'm really excited actually. I've not driven the 185 over Chat Moss in quite a while, so I'm really looking forward to this. It was a scenario that I think did this come with? Did I find this on Alan Thompson Sim? I can't remember where I got the scenario, to be honest with you. But if I do remember, I'll put a link in the description. So yeah, are we ready to go? Guards on board, hopefully. I'm really hoping that the guard doesn't shut the door and give me two, because there's a red signal at the front. Yeah. It looks like there's something coming in by the looks of things. Let's have a little zoom in. It looks like a 156. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So he's probably going to come in. Well, he's not going to come in there, is he? Because unless he's coming in on top of the 319. So he's probably going to come in here if I've still got a red signal. Hang on, because of the track layout. Ah, yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, he's definitely coming in here, isn't he? Oh, I have a horrible feeling the guard's going to buzz. Yeah, there we go. Doors are shutting. Oh, let's just reopen them. Oh, there we go. Oh, bit of a mistake. No need to report anything. I mean, to be fair, yeah. Technically, I should be, no, absolutely not. We're not going anywhere. We need another guard, but that would be a very short scenario. It would be a very short video, wouldn't it? Here's a 185 in Liverpool Lime Street. There we go. That's the end of the video. So we're not going to do that. We'll just pretend it didn't happen. Sweep it under the rug. There we go. Any minute now, that should pass the cut-off. There we go. Now you can start closing the doors, guard. Get it in. Get the DRA off as well. And away we go. Full steam ahead for Newcastle. And now I actually used to work these trains when we had the Newcastle services running from Liverpool back in the day of 185s. Pre-2018 it was, wasn't it? Pre the May 2018 timetable change, we did have this non-stop service. It was absolutely fantastic. Running between Manchester and Liverpool, not stopping anywhere. It gave you so much time to do your tickets and, you know, have a cup of tea maybe and just have a chill. And you didn't have to rush. Sometimes when you stop at a lot of stops, you do feel like you're under a lot of pressure. You know, you're rushing about and you can't remember whose tickets you've checked. It can be quite difficult to stay on top of things. But yeah, now unfortunately, well, now we make additional calls. The Newcastle services stop at Newton the Willows, and the Scarborough services stop at Lee Green. Which, I mean, it's not a massive amount of additional stations, is it? I mean, it's easier than going via Warrington, because they used to stop at Liverpool South Parkway, Warrington Central, Birchwood, Oxford Road, Piccadilly. So many stops. So yeah, I'd still rather stop at Newton the Willows and Lee Green than go via Cheshire Lines, because that was a lot more intense. And they seem to be busier trains as well going that way. You were always rushed off your feet. You always felt like you were kind of urinating in the wind, as it very much were. But yeah, I do miss these. They used to go, right, so they started at Liverpool. Where did they stop? Manchester, Victoria, Huddersfield, Leeds, York, Northallerton, Darlington, Durham, Chester Street every other hour, and Newcastle. So if you ever were down at Liverpool and you went all the way to Newcastle, it's just absolutely fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. There we go. Are we nearly at the 40? Problem with the 185 is it's that flipping powerful. Like you there we go. I can't leave it in notch 1 because we'd be speeding. Even on notch 1. There we go. Oh, let's just bung it in full power. We may as well. There we go. And we'll just knock it down to notch 4 there. Control and N at the ready for a bit of speed set. Of course, it has to be in notch 4 for the speed set to actually work. There we go. Oh, it doesn't appear to be working. Conditions not met. Oh, we're speeding. What's happened there? Why are the conditions not met? Oh, I don't know what's happening. Oh, there we go. Engaging at 40 mile an hour. Is it that you can't... can you not put speed setting under 40? Is that what it is? It's 39 mile an hour. It'll have a strop at you. That might be what it is. Oh well, we live and learn. Northern Electric's 319 going past there. And it was such a colourful era of trains, wasn't it? You've got the absolutely stunning Dynamic Lines livery on the 185. I mean, we're having another photo of that. Look at that. Look at that. Too many tunnels coming out of Liverpool, so we're not going to get a screenshot. I said we were, but we're not. I was lying to you. There we go, through Edge Hill. You've got the Drax wagons on the left-hand side there. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. Yes, you've got obviously the Dynamic Lines livery on the 185s there. You've got the oh, hang on. You've got the London Midland, the green and the silver and the black, and then you've got Northern with the purple. There's such a colourful array. Virgin Trains, bright red. It is quite a shame nowadays. The liveries do seem a lot more bland, don't they? They're a lot more focused around white and grey and silver. You know, I mean, my car, for instance, is bright orange. I absolutely love colour. Absolutely love colour. But yeah, so they do seem to have gone a lot more streamlined, we'll call it. Streamlined with the liveries. And it's a shame, because I mean, like the new TPE livery, for instance, I say new, it's been out since 2016. Christ, where does the time go? But yeah, that new kind of silver livery that TPE have got, it's all vinyl. So they could have gone for something bright and wow, and you know, I guess it's a lot more refined, isn't it, than the Dynamic Lines livery. The Dynamic Lines livery is very bright, but I mean, hell, you couldn't exactly miss it, could you? You knew it were a TransPennine train. Oh, the monitor, the resolution, it's just all a bit fantastic. I'm incredibly grateful. I can't even say it. Incredibly grateful and incredibly lucky. Oh, hang on, what's happening? Why is my speed set knocked off? Have I not done it right? I thought I had. Well, there's no point speed setting now, is there? Because we're going up to 80 in a minute. Oh, 156. Give him a little wave. Oh, I know it's a different train company, but we're all friends here. We're a friendly bunch in the north, contrary to popular belief. Broad green, is it? Can't even see. It might be. Oh, that's going to bother me now. Let's just go and have a little look. Oh yes, so it is. Oh, it worried me for a second there. I was thinking, Christ, I'm pretty sure that's broad green, but it's not going to look very good in terms of my route knowledge if it's not broad green. The next stop should be Roby, and of course Highton there. Right, it splits into 4 lines, that's why we've got the feather. So it's quite useful when you're on an express service. If you do get stuck behind the stopper, this little section here is really, really good because they can tuck the stopper in, obviously, and we can go, the express services can go sailing past. There we go, look at that. There's Northern 319 over there again, Northern Electrics. And there we go, we'll engage speed set. So you got Roby there. The line that branches off to the left, is that to St Helens Central, is it? It's not St Helens Junction, we go through St Helens Junction on this line. St Helens Central, I always get the two confused. Highton Station there, you can see Highton Station from Roby. It makes you wonder why they don't just knock the pair down and build one station in the middle. It's a bit of an East Garth situation. Highton Junction up Chatmoss, there we go, so there's the line off to St Helens Central there, that goes up to Wigan North Western. TransPennine Express services from Liverpool to Glasgow do use that route. They sometimes do, they sometimes use that, they sometimes go via Lee Green and Newton-le-Willows turn left at Parkside. Just depends what time of day it is, I guess, for diversionary purposes. It's worth having 2 routes rather than 1, isn't it? It's a really nice clear run today. I mean, it's a murky, miserable day, but then again, it ain't half grim up north, isn't it? This is the standard weather that you get in the north. Every now and then the sun comes out and really does treat us. Western Station there on the... yeah, there we go. Heck, it's a bit of a trajectory change, isn't it? 1 minute you're going uphill, next minute you're going down. It's like life on the ocean waves over the Chatmoss. Let's get another shot. That is... it's just absolutely lovely, that train, isn't it? This train. The 185. It's just such a good looking train. I've always had a real love for this DMU. Is this Rain Hill Station coming up there? Yeah, it looks like it. It's quite nice to just whiz up to 90, pop your speed set on, and then just really enjoy the scenery. I mean, I know it's a bit murky, isn't it? It's a murky afternoon, absolute murky afternoon. I mean, I'm still waiting for the Leeds to Huddersfield section by the guys at, is it On Track Simulation? Is that who's making it? I can never remember. But they're making Leeds to Manchester, aren't they? I mean, we've already got Huddersfield to Manchester, but they're making Leeds to Manchester. So you'll be able to drive the section between Huddersfield and Leeds. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to that, because that is the only route that we need now to drive the full north route of the TransPennine from Liverpool to Newcastle. And then you've got Liverpool to York if you're on a Scarborough service. We need Manchester Airport still. I'm surprised that Manchester Airport's not been done, given the variety of traffic that you get on there. I'd quite like, and I mean, I don't know what your views on this would be, I'd quite like Manchester Airport to Preston. I feel that that's a brilliant route with lots of different eras. You've got the 185s running up there, you've got Northern stopping things, 319s, you've got DMUs you could use, you've got 397s. Okay, there's no 397 for Train Sim, but there might be one day. There wasn't a 700 for Train Sim until a couple of weeks ago. You know, there's such a mixed array of traffic you could use on there. Manchester Airport through to Preston via Bolton, that'd be brilliant. So then you'd be able to drive Manchester Airport all the way to Glasgow and Edinburgh. You'd be able to drive Manchester Airport all the way to Middlesbrough and all the way to Newcastle. There's so many routes you'd be able to do. And you'd be able to do Manchester Airport all the way to Blackpool North with Northern. I feel like I might have missed Lee Green here, because that's St Helens Junction, isn't it? I was too busy gassing while we were going through Lee Green there. But yeah, there's so many routes you'd be able to do. And of course Manchester Airport all stops to Liverpool. They could tie it on with the other route. The other route, what route am I thinking of? The other route, you know, the other route. So you could do Liverpool all the way to Crewe via Manchester Airport. Oh, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely hellfire. So yeah, that's quite a good route that we're missing. So, you know, any route builders out there you go, crack on. Get it done. It's a request from Joe there, and I'm sure that plenty of people would agree with me in the comments section that would be a brilliant route. So yeah, Leeds to Huddersfield, then we'll have to do another full journey on the TransPennine route, won't we? All the way through. I mean, that'll be ace. That'll be absolutely ace. Nice and straightforward now, flying up. We're flying up towards Earlstown. That's what these two signals are, quite close, I believe. Way straight over the viaduct there. You actually get a really, really good view. You won't see the good view today, and obviously the good view on Train Simulator, it's not really a good view, is it, on Train Sim? Any simulation game, you don't appreciate the view as much as you would if you were there in real life. But you do get some really nice views from these viaducts as you're sailing over, especially when you're at 90 mile an hour. The whole world's just flashing past you. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, is that a yellow signal I see before myself? Right, well let's just take the we'll take the throttle off. Ooh, 319 at Newton Le Willows. I wonder if we'll see any Arriva Trains Wales liveried stuff. That's a nice colourful livery, well, wasn't it? Arriva Trains Wales. They've now gone for the white. A Bellio Transport for Wales. It's not a Bellio, is it? Transport for Wales. It's I can never remember who it is. There you go, you got Parkside, no you haven't, you've got Newton Le Willows Junction there to the left. Parkside's the other corner of the triangle, isn't it? There we go, we'll just slow down to about 70. Heck, oh, it's raining. There we go, 70 mile an hour, pop that speed set back on. I don't know if you're actually allowed to use speed set approach in signalling like this. I don't know if it's maybe in the TransPennine professional driver's policy, maybe you can't use speed set approach in restrictive aspect signalling. I'm not too sure, to be perfectly honest with you, but this is Train Simulator, and we've already not reported a dispatch against a red earlier on in the video at Liverpool, so I'm sure we can get away with just running on a bit of speed set up to some restrictive aspect signalling. Oh, nobody's going to say anything. I won't tell if you don't. Hell, rain's really coming down, isn't it? Is it rain? Is it snow? I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. It's quite hypnotic, isn't it? When you're staring out the front of the train, you've got this this snow barreling towards you, like the Starship Enterprise. .70 should be fine. It gives whatever's in front of us chance to, you know, to get out of our way. I have a feeling it's going to be a northern stopper, because it is actually only half an hour in length, this route from Liverpool to Manchester, and the scenario had a nice little, instead of a 1 green signifying that it was really easy, it's got 3 yellow, implying that it's actually quite difficult. So yeah, I imagine the fact it's 40 minutes in length and it's of medium difficulty, it's because we're following something else. There we go, still plodding along, double yellow. Well, at least if we can hold 70, it means whatever's in front of us is obviously managed to, you know, we're not getting too close to it, we're not too far away from it either, you know, we're just holding a constant speed. I think 70's alright there. So we need to go via Solang Junction, that's our next task, 10 miles. It's there's quite a long section now, with nothing really on it, isn't there? I mean, like, you've got between... I like to think of this route in like 2 halves. You've got from Manchester up to Newton-le-Willows and then Newton-le-Willows through to Liverpool. There's lots of stations, isn't there, between Newton-le-Willows and Liverpool? You know, there's a hell of a lot of stations. Lots of reference points, you know, where you are. After Parkside Junction, you're kind of like, yeah, there you go, there's some straight track. And not really a lot to see. Great. Great. You do kind of find yourself looking out the window thinking, where on earth are we? But I think you don't often realise quite how long this section is between Newton-le-Willows and Manchester. I mean, of course, when you're driving, it's a whole different story to when you're in the train checking tickets, isn't it? Because you're kept occupied, your brain's elsewhere, and then before you know it, oh, hell, we're here. You know, it's... ooh, let's have a look. So we're slowing down to 60. Let's just... we'll slow down, we'll just coast. We may as well. I mean, if we're following something else, we'll just coast down to 60. There's no point catching it up, is there, whatever it is? Because again, I reckon it's the northern stopper, and I reckon we'll be behind it all the way into Manchester now. Maybe that'll go off to Piccadilly. Maybe it won't, who knows? Just plodding along. I hope that changes to double yellow, so that because then we'll be able to speed back up to 70, won't we? We're slowing down for Astley level crossing now. It's a bit weird, isn't it? 60 mile an hour. I'm sure there's a reason for it. There always is a reason for these things. But yeah, you've gone from 75 down to 60 for this short little section over the level crossing, and then you're back up to 75. It does make me wonder, like, why we can't just do 75 over the crossing. You know, if it needs upgrading, you know, upgrade it. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. Single yellow. I think that when we get to this next one, we'll it'll be a double yellow or something, because whatever's in front of us, there we go, Astley level crossing, hello, we'll be able to speed up, won't we? But of course we've got to treat it as the next signal being a red, so we'll slow right down, Ooh, what's that? 350. First TransPennine Express. Of course, the Scotland services all used to go via Wigan, didn't they? Now this is a yellow in front. Is it for my side of the line? I imagine it will be. There we go, we'll pop a bit of throttle on. Not too much, and then when we see what the aspect is, when we get a bit closer, we shall make a decision. Oh, we can even see the next signal. Look, it's red. But it is a mile away. Heck, and we can see it already. Must be a bright bulb. We'll just stick at 40, give it plenty of time to change. We're not in a rush, are we? I mean, we're stuck behind whatever it is. Plus, there's a 40 speed restriction at Patricroft, so yeah, no point rushing. Absolutely no point rushing. There we go. We'll pop 40 mile an hour on the old speed set. We'll go up to this signal. If it goes to double yellow, we'll speed up, but there's not really any point, is there? If it's just a single yellow, we'll just sit at 40. I'm not sure whether it said that this TSR, whether this temporary speed restriction was going to appear on the HUD at the bottom. I can't remember. It might be this scenario. It might not be. It might have been one of the other scenarios I was looking at. It was, oh, by the way, there's a speed restriction, but we're not going to tell you when it is, just to make things a bit more difficult for you. There we go. Look, 40. We'll just carry on through at 40. I mean, the passengers look content, just plodding along. I mean, we'll ignore the fact that obviously the interior view doesn't have the snowmen on the outside, and they're well, not snowmen, but snow. It's Merry Christmas. I guess you can't have everything, can you? Be quite nice if they managed to update the interior to actually have the snow effects on the window. I don't know why it's snowing inside the train. I mean, that's, yeah. Ooh, somebody left a door open somewhere. Well, I'm not surprised. The guard did bell on a red at Liverpool, didn't it? So they might have left a door wide open as well and told us to set off. Who knows? Who knows? You just don't know, do you? Oh, this looks like a 185 coming the other way. It's absolutely not a 185, it's a 66. Kind of had that pointy shape in the Cyclops light that maybe a 185. Oh, 66 light loco. Oh, green. Hang on. Right, green signal. We may as well go up to full pelt then, haven't we? Well, the rain appears to be subsiding, or the snow, so we'll just... we'll put the windscreen wipers on intermittent. I think intermittent's a happy number, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Full power. Now, where's this flipping speed restriction? I mean, to be fair, it should give us warning, shouldn't it? There should be warning boards down if there's a temporary speed restriction. So we should be able to slow down from 75. Because otherwise that would be a little bit unfair, wouldn't it? Oh, there we go. There's the warning board. Right, 40 mile an hour. I think this is the speed restriction here. Is it? Oh no, I think it's just a warning for if you go in... yeah, that's not the TSR, is it? Oh, hang on, we're not quite below 40 yet. There we go. 40, and speed set on. Plod through. Here we go. You can see the little yellow restriction board. Oh, look at that. It didn't say it on the hood, and Joe managed to slow down for it. Oh, brilliant. This is obviously what's causing a little bit of congestion then, isn't it, down the Moss this afternoon? Is this the end? Is this it? I'm not sure what the... yeah, T. Doesn't that mean it's the end? Hell, it wasn't a very long speed restriction. Right, there we go. Back up to full chat. Throttle. Full throttle. We can be up at 75 in another mile. This thing is absolutely rapid. It's quite nice that the snow's subsided just in time for us to arrive into Manchester, though I can't help feel that it's somewhat factually inaccurate. Manchester, it should be absolutely tipping it down. Just ease off on the old throttle a little bit there. We should be full pelt into Manchester now. With that speed restriction, it's given whatever's in front of us a chance to get ahead. There we go, is that Eccles we've just been through there? Change here for tram services over that wall into Manchester and other such delightful locations. Hang on, why is speed set disengaging? Who asked you to disengage? Nobody. So if you could just re-engage, that would be absolutely lovely. Just at your earliest convenience. And of course, this is a bit of track that I really like. Not had the pleasure since before COVID, but it was always nice flying down here in the cab of 185 and seeing all the traffic gridlock, standstill, queuing into Manchester to get to the office. Must have been nice for the passengers that were just sat here on the train, just absolutely flying past people. You know, not a care in the world. I mean, it has to be said on these 3-car trains, at this point I'm talking about, we're probably full and standing, you know, really, really busy heading into Manchester, but it was still nice to be busy, but, you know, it was nice to be flying past people that are all stood at a standstill. There's nothing worse than not moving, is there? I don't know what it is. It's a real thing in the human mind. When you're not moving, you start getting really annoyed. Like, even if you're in the car, you can see there's nothing you can do about it. You're still really annoyed. You know, you can see there's miles of traffic in front of you, like, "Brrr." On the train when it stops in the middle of nowhere and you're not at a station. Everyone's straight away. Ooh, ears prick up. Ooh, what's going on? We're not meant to stop here. It's weird, isn't it, how our brains work? There we go, just coming into deepest, darkest Manchester now. Going into Victoria, aren't we, today? That'll be nice. That will be nice. There we go, we'll just come down to 30. There we go. 30 mile an hour. Join in from the left there, the route from Salford Crescent. That's if you're going to Piccadilly, or Solang Junction. Ooh, just having a little stutter there coming into Piccadilly. Piccadilly? We're not coming into Piccadilly. No, look at that. Beautiful train, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful train. Let's get a picture before there's some sort of bridge or some street furniture that blocks the way. Now, 2015, obviously the cord wouldn't be there, so if you can just ignore the cord. There we go. It's not there. No, it's not. Look. Oh, hang on. There we go. No cord there. There we go. You see, no Odsel cord at all. Ooh, double yellow. Sometimes you do sometimes you do queue. Sometimes you do queue. Why was that so difficult to say? You do queue outside Manchester Victoria. Obviously, there's only 4 through platforms, so it can get quite hectic at times, particularly if there's a couple of delayed services knocking about. It can take you just a few minutes to get into the station. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen to us today. Haven't seen a 185 going the other way, have you? I can't remember what time they leave for Liverpool going the other way. Ooh, 156 at Salford Central. Single yellow, so we'll yeah, we'll just start slowing down a bit more in preparation for the red signal. We're not due in until 46, so I thoroughly imagine. There we go. We'll be doing 15 by the magnet, as per TPE standards. Yeah, I can't remember what time the 185 leaves going the other way. It used to be 44 minutes past from Leeds if you're going via the Chatmoss. So that's, what, 2 minutes past from Huddersfield. So, oh, hang on, I didn't want to do that. Slipped and pressed tab while I was pressing Q. So yeah, 2 minutes past, so 32 at Victoria. So yeah, we should really have seen a 185 going the other way by now. But did they used to have standing time? This is what I can't remember. They used to go in this way. It used to have like 10 minutes, because they weren't out until 51. Because then it was 21 minutes past from Huddersfield, so roughly half hour. 319 in the side in there, look. I do like that livery. I've always liked that Northern Electrics livery. Did make me laugh though that they made such a big song and dance. Oh look, we've got electric trains now. It's like, well, what about your 333s, your 321s, your 323s that you've had for absolutely yonks, you know? They're making a bit, oh look, electric trains, Northern have electric trains. Like, yeah, you've had it for ages. You've had electric for absolutely yonks, love. I think I can see our 185 coming the other way now. There we go, we'll pop it in neutral. And we'll pop the DRA on, because we're at a red signal. Look at that for efficiency. Heck, been overtaken by the 156. Has he not cleared the signal yet? Or maybe he's come out of platform 3. Might well have done. I guess so. There we go, Liverpool. There we go. DRA off. Couldn't really hear that train going past, could you? I mean, the 185's cabs are very good in terms of noise insulation. I know they are at the back. I know at the front, because it's quite flat, you do get buffeted by the wind quite a bit. There we go, we'll just knock it down into notch 4. Just crawling. Crawling, coasting, there we go. 319 on the right there, is that another 156 coming out? You don't see as many 156s around Manchester anymore, do you, since all the electrification? These routes have been, the 156s have been cascaded elsewhere. Used to be full of flipping 156s. Oh, we're coming in on 3. Ah, typical Manchester Victoria, platform 4 empty, yet we're made to wait for 3. They like doing that. Eh, dearie me. Right, well, here we go, arriving into Manchester Victoria. That is going to be where we finish our video today. I do hope that you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please do show your appreciation by clicking that like button. And, of course, do subscribe if you haven't already. Because, like I say, there's plenty of routes and traction and things that we're going to cover on Train Simulator. And I'd absolutely love for you to be here along for the ride with us. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Cheerio, goodbye for now.